And you're back for Worldwide Sim Racing. This is the WSR feeder series for the Brazilian Grand Prix. My name is WSRX or Noah Clark, and I'm glad to have you guys here again for another exciting race. We're at the Brazilian Grand Prix, the Sao Paulo circuit, for the second round of the WSR feeder series. The drivers currently on the grid right now: Catastrophic, Scar Logan LPC, Chilmo, Damien Carroll, Viger 1990, The Jump Off 101, and Gray 55777. Almost all the drivers are in here. We do not have Element 10 currently in the lobby, but we will get ready nonetheless and continue on with the WSR feeder series. And I do want to apologize. We will not be having our guest commentators of Fly By Night and You See Me Flying in the broadcast booth today. They are unable to make it, but we will continue nonetheless. I am your main commentator here tonight, and I will bring you all the action for what is bound to be a very exciting race. Currently, at the moment, without Element 10, Catastrophic will be your leader in the championship, and if he can win the Brazilian Grand Prix, he will lead the championship. So it's very exciting stuff. We are just getting ready to load up in Brazil and to start our second round in the championship. The Sao Paulo circuit is an interesting circuit, and to say it's a beginner circuit would be a bit of an understatement. There are some very tricky corners, some hard braking zones. Really, I like to consider Sao Paulo to be a track all about testing out your braking, making you aware of when you should be braking and if you're braking too late or too early, because the first turn especially is such a hard braking zone. You can easily miss the apex, go too wide, go off on the run area and cut this corner. That's going to cause you time penalties. Nevertheless, we are in short qualifying, 18 minutes of high-speed action around this circuit to see who can get pole position. Of course, with multiplayer cars, we have no AI drivers, so this is 7 of the best trying to get up into the WSR feeder series. Let's see, we got 2 drivers, 3 drivers coming out. Let's see who they are. Damien is the first to come out of the pack with his all-red car. Then we got looks to be Chill Mo in his neon green Xeon Dynamics car. And let's see who else is coming out. That's Catastrophic, your championship leader going into this race. Of course, with Element 10 not in the race, he will be the championship leader. Viger is the next out on the track. And then let's look at this. Gray 5577 in the Ovalo black and yellow car, almost like another Renault on the grid, as we will ride on board with Damien Carroll, who is going to be setting our first lap of the race. And he's got a very nice black, red, and white helmet. And these are the type of corners we're talking about, just hard braking. Brazil, a longer track, is not as long as it looks. It's actually, the laps go by quite quickly. So we should have a quick race, barring nothing serious happens into the first turn. No safety car incidents or whatnot. As now Damien Carroll is going to start his first lap of the race. So let's go on board now. Braking really hard, and he just about hits the apex going into turn 2. It's easy to go too wide into turn 3, but he gets it going. Now going down the main straight, DRS is going to be activated, and it's going to be a long main straight, the longest main straight of the entire track except for the start straight. Viger has retired from the session. Something must have happened there. I don't know. Can we see? And there's an accident. He's crashed onto the side of the track. The wheel has come off the track, and he is done with qualifying. Viger in 1990 is going to be livid in his car, as he is going to be out of qualifying. And that is unfortunate. Was he right on back on board of Damien, who is just about to finish his first flying lap of this qualifying session, as we get onto the last hard braking zone. Easy to hit the apex and go too wide, but he gets it perfect. This has been a great lap so far for Damien, as he comes around the turn, And the carcass of Viger is off the track, and now let's see what his time is going to be. It's going to be a 108.963. Chomo will be the next across the line. Let's see what he'll get, and it's going to be a 109.474. Jump off 101. No, sorry, he will not be. Let's see who the next one. It's going to be Catastrophic setting the next lap. What's that going to be? It's going to be a 109.760. And it's going to be Gray 55777 who's going to start the next qualifying lap, followed by Jump Off 101. Scar Logan LPC will be the last person to set his lap. And let's look. What's it going to be? Gray is going to get a 1.12, and it's going to be two 112s, and it's going to be a 110. So Damien easily on pole position by about a second. Sorry, no, about 6/10. But still, nevertheless, Damien in the 108s, the only driver in the 108s. So definitely looking to make a good start in his first WSR feeder race. He was in the series, but was unfortunately unable to make it at the race. But Damien, for the Brazilian Grand Prix, is ready to go as he hits pole position. Chomo is into the pits now. He is second on the grid currently with a 109.474. And he will be looking to get pole position, though. Definitely a driver who has the skills to get on pole position. Chomo is probably one of the faster drivers I've had to meet in my time racing. Really what is most, I think, concerning for him is consistency. Keeping it all together when the stakes are that high. And I think once he gets the consistency on board, then he can really start to put in really good performances. As an invisible car is being let off into the pits, that's Scar Logan LPC, who has set a lap, but is for some reason still out there trying to set another lap. Gray 5577 has yet to enter the pits as well. So they really must think they can set a faster lap time. The cars are probably fueled to do 2 laps instead of the 1, and so they didn't low fuel their car. So the chances are they might be able to go faster now with less fuel in the car. But you have to imagine, they're running medium compound tires, which is interesting. So they're going to start on the medium compound tire and go further in the race, and then they'll get onto the soft compound tire. And now, I always like to say this, in games, it's not as easy as you would think when it comes to, well, they're just going to be a second faster. You can be seconds and seconds faster than usual. Scar Logan does not increase his time. He did not go faster. And Gray 5577 is not interested, and he goes back into the pits. Outlaps for Chomo and Catastrophic as the sun just about comes out onto the Sao Paulo circuit, which is making a very beautiful scene indeed. Again, my name is Noah Clark, and you are joining us once again for the 2019 WSR Feeder Series for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It is 11 minutes and 20 seconds left in this session. Viger, 1990, is our only retirement at the moment, who crashed before starting his lap. Very unfortunate. He's not going to be happy about that. Scar Logan LPC, I would have to assume, is on lean fuel, as he is just about to finish his lap. Chomo is going to be the first person to start his lap out of all of the new runners. Let's look. Scar Logan should be entering the pits, and he is. Chomo, DRS flap open. A little bit of a differently colored car this race, but again, running again with the more neon color scheme. Looking pretty good, though. Chomo looking for his possible first victory of the race. He's currently in second position, and pole position does not matter as much on this game as you would think it would in real life. Anything can happen into the first turn. It could be disaster for Chomo. It could be a miracle for him to get into the first position at the start of the race. And let's see. Chomo is about to finish his lap. We're going to see what it's going to be, if it's going to be competitive, if it's not going to be competitive. Let's just wait and see. Chomo's new lap is not going to be faster. He is not the fastest man on track. Catastrophic and Scarlogan LPC are in the pits. Jump off 101, however, is 5th on the grid. He's definitely looking to get faster up the grid, as he has this almost all blacked out car except for his race number. And he will be looking to get further up the grid. Definitely would not like to start in 5th position for the race. Let's get the lap data and telemetry on board here so you can see just everything that's going on. Let's look at a Sector 2 time. It's plus 3.5 off of his previous best. And now going around the final turn, is he going to improve on his time? Let's see if he is, and he's derated the car. And it's not going to be faster. He's plus 0.04 of a second off of his previous time. Sorry, 0.04 of a second. Now, if you're wondering why the ERS derates, it's because you can't actually keep the entire car in hot lap throughout the entire race because the battery gets overused. There is a deployment and a harvest maximum and minimum. No, just a maximum though, for the harvesting and deployment. And what basically happens is if you used the ERS too much during your entire lap and hot lap, it deploys too quickly and you end up deploying more than you're allowed to, and it derates the car, which basically means the entire ERS has been shut off. And that really kills straight line speed. You can lose a couple miles per hour, even up to 5 miles per hour getting up to the line. Depending on some of the tracks, you can lose upwards of over 10 miles per hour just because you ran the ERS too long. And jump off should probably go back into the pits, and he's not. He's going to go for another lap. Let's see if it's going to be anything special. It's going to be not faster. He's just, again, 100ths of a second off of his time before that. So let's ride on board with Gray 5577. As he goes a little bit too wide. I don't know if that invalidated his time. Let's hope not. Chomo is going to be setting his next lap. And that's not going to be faster. It's plus 3 seconds. All the drivers not able to improve yet on their lap times. And Chomo goes too wide in the turn 1. Almost goes on the grass. Almost bins it. Let's ride on board of Damien, who is currently on pole position. And is going to look to improve his pole position time and solidify himself on pole position. Now going into turn 1, braking very hard, and Logan LPC goes fastest on the board. It's a 108.655. It's almost 0.3 faster than Damian Carroll's time. Now there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Who was that? Can we see? And that was Gray 5577. He's off and he's into the grass. And it's almost a mindless field there. Let's hope he doesn't hold up any drivers. Is now Damian Carroll. It's for some reason it's still in his outlap, though I don't believe he was on his outlap. That's an interesting graphic, to say the least. Catastrophic, though, is heading down the main straight. DRS activated. He's 1/10 off of his previous time. Gray 52 is going to enter the pits. Definitely upset with himself. Jump off 101 is on to the pits. So it says Damian Carroll is currently on his outlap, which is interesting. It was saying he was going on his regular lap, so not too sure what happened there. As we're gonna see if there was, that might have been a glitch by the game, and no, it wasn't. He seems to be dazzling it a little bit into the corners, so I don't believe that was an outlap for him. The RPM going really slowly. So I'd have to imagine that wasn't the case. Nobody on the soft compound tire, only Catastrophic currently on the soft compound tire. He goes a little quicker, a 1/10 quicker than his previous time. So he's in the 109s right now. Gray is in the 110s, and in the 112s is jump off 101. But still in 10th position, Gray 5577. Let's see who that was. Catastrophic. hasn't been setting a time. I presume that this is not going to be a quick time. Yeah, no, going very far too slow in the corners. And who is that out of the pits? And that's going to be the jump off 101 in his all blacked out car, ready to begin his first lap. The jump off 101, one of our newcomers in the WSR feeder series, now heading down, and he brakes at the 50-meter board. That is very nice braking. Again, you see little shines of brightness out of some of these drivers. It really matters if you can put it all together, though. That's what's going to get you pole position. Scar Logan LPC, who was very fast last week, is still fast this week. He's on pole position right now. It's a 108.655. Damian Carroll is 0.3 off that time. There's another yellow flag in sector 2, and I'm not sure who that was. Might have been jump off 101. Now, Damian Carroll is not going to be on his outlap. He's going to be on an actual time right now, I think. Car seems to be going really slowly. And let's see. No, he's going into the pits, I do believe. Yes, he is. Okay. So the next driver to start his lap will be Scar Logan LPC, trying to go for an even faster time and cement his place in the pole position. Damian Carroll will have to enter the pits and immediately exit the pits, top up the fuel on his car, and get ready because he's going to only have one more lap. You have to get out at a certain time out of the pits, or else you're not going to be able to set a lap time. As Scar Logan LPC, though, this is probably going to be his final lap, unless he's fueled the car for 2 laps. Nevertheless, I didn't catch a sector 1 time, going now through sector 2. It's so easy to miss braking zones here, and look at those brakes going red hot into those wheels. Very interesting as that white and gold car, and oh no, he goes off the track. And I'm getting a terrible camera angle from the game, so we can't see anything that's going on. Scar Logan, though, has completely botched his lap. If he was going to challenge for pole position, it's going to be difficult now. I can't tell you how much fuel he has, so he might have topped it up enough for another lap. Nevertheless, though, and he's going to just go into the pits, so it would be difficult, to say the least, to get out and start another lap, but not impossible. Chill Mo is on a flying lap. Let's see what he can do. And that is not fast at all. It's 2.8 seconds off. And he might just go for it again. He has enough time to go for it again, unless he's under-fueled the car and it's only going to make a lap. Jump off 101 is 1.3 seconds off of his time, so no improvement going to be made there. Catastrophic is the next driver to begin his flying lap, currently on his out lap. DRS activated, going almost 2.0, and he hits 2.08 before he gets to the braking zone. So top speed, a priority for Catastrophic going through this race, which is an interesting dynamic, to say the least, of his car. A lot of drivers, I presume, would go for more downforce in order to really hit the apexes of corners, but Catastrophic going for straight line speed, and he goes a little wide there, and that is going to be because of his top line speed. He's going to lose a lot of the downforce. These multiplayer cars are all the same, and they're not equivalent to what you would say to be like a top of the line Mercedes. That black, red, and white car looking very good indeed, as Catastrophic goes too wide and he's off the track, and that's going to be it for him for qualifying. And all the drivers are in the pits, nobody going out. Currently on his out lap is Scar Logan LPC. He's only got 30 seconds left to go, though. Is he going to make it to the finish line? I have a feeling he's not going to. Catastrophic, if he has enough fuel in his car, can try to go for another lap, and no, he's not even activated his DRS. He's done, and he is out of qualifying. It's only going to be 4 fastest for him. So Scar Logan is going to be on pole position regardless of what happens for this lap, and it's not enough. Scar Logan's not going to get around the track enough to start another lap. but it's not going to matter. Scar Logan LPC is going to start on pole position for the Brazilian Grand Prix in this WSR feeder series. He's going to be very happy with that after what was an abysmal race for him, to say the least. Getting a jump start in the last race. He's going to look to start well. Damien Carroll, 3/10 off, 8/10 off for Chilmo, 1 second off Catastrophic. Gray 55.777, 1.7 seconds off at 2.7 seconds off. The jump off 101. Not able to set a lap time, Viger 1990. Unfortunately, he crashed before he was able to start his first lap. So no true signs of what Viger 1990's pace is. As we load up and we get ready for the race, we'll get a formation lap and then we'll begin the race. Lap times, again, they run around 1:10, about 1 minute 10. So a very quick track, just like Austria. So the race shouldn't be too long. Let's see. We have 7 drivers on the grid. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we do. 2 more than last time. So hopefully the action's a little bit better for you guys at home. And we're just getting ready for all the drivers to get ready. And we will begin the Brazilian Grand Prix for the WSR feeder series. My name is Noah Clark, or WSRX. I'm happy for you to join us tonight, and we are just getting ready to begin this race. As the countdown timer goes and that one red light comes on, and then we get ready. So let's go over the lineup for this race. Scar Logan LPC starts in pole position ahead of Damien Carroll. Ahead of Chilmo, Catastrophic in 4th. Gray 55.77 in 5th position. Jump off 101 in 6th position. And Viger 1990 in 7th position. It's one thing to qualify quickly on this track. It is a whole nother to win it, though. Catastrophic has been disqualified from the formation lap, it seems. No. And it looks like one driver did. Gray 55.77 and Jump Off 101 have been disqualified. It's only 7 cars on the grid, so starting last isn't exactly the worst thing in the world. There is still an easy chance to win this race with 7 drivers on the grid. Pole position is not super important. Any of these drivers are in the possibility to win the race. As Scar Logan going around the penultimate corner and now going around the final turn, and he is so far ready to begin his second race in WSR. Thank you for joining us. The cars line up on the grid. We'll see some ghosting action going on, so don't worry. Everything is healthy and normal. Catastrophic. Chilmo, Damien Carroll, Scar Logan, your top 4 drivers. Gray 55, rounding off the grid in 5th. And now we get ready for the 5 red lights. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a long start, and it's go for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Scar Logan gets a good start, but so does Damien Carroll going into turn 1. Hard braking, going side by side into turn 1. Damien Carroll is taking the lead, though, as he taps Scar Logan LPC in the turn 1, but nevertheless, Damien Carroll has gone off a fantastic start, but now going side by side, and it looks like Scar Logan LPC is going to try to go on the inside, and he does. Scar Logan LPC takes the lead of the race again. They're going 3 wide in the turn 1. Catastrophic ahead of Damien Carroll, ahead of Chilmo. Scar Logan leading the race again. Damien has had a horrible last 3 turns, but Scar Logan LPC takes the lead of the race back after what was a fantastic start from Damien Carroll. Catastrophic has come off even better. He's in 2nd position right now ahead of Damien Carroll. Chilmo, and sorry, they're going side by side. Catastrophic keeps the position And somebody's going off the track. Somebody's even more off the track. Who was that? It looked to be Gray 5577 was pushed off the track. I'm not sure who that was. It might have been jump off for Viger. I'd have to assume it was jump off, who's currently ahead of Gray 55777. But now Viger is going to have slipstream down this straight as he's just behind Gray 55777. As Scar Logan sets the fastest lap of 1 minute 16.378. Those times will go drastically down as we go further into this race. And there's a crash. It looks like somebody went into somebody. Chomo, either he lost it on his own or he taps with somebody else. Nevertheless, Chomo is now in last position. Lots of action going on so far in this race. Let's look at the lineup right now. It's Scar Logan LPC ahead of Damian Carroll, ahead of Catastrophic. Jump off 101 in 4th position, ahead of Gray 55. Viger 1990, however, is in 6th position. Chomo far off the rest of the pack in 7th position. 4th, 5th, and 6th, however, are very close to each other, as well as the top 3 are separated. Actually, the top 3 are separated by about a second, but 4, 5, and 6 are so very close, and there's a lockup for Gray 55. He's in 5th position right now, trying to get into 4th position, just outside of that. But now look at Viger 1990. As Viger 1990 gets a better run out of the last turn, and he is going to try to go on the inside, but looks like, and there's another yellow flag in sector 3. That must have been Chomo, I presume, if it was anybody. And let's look, Viger going down on the inside. He's going to try to make a move, but he doesn't make it. Gray 55 keeps that position, but it's going to be lap 3 of this race. DRS is going to be activated for some of these drivers, and look at that, the DRS flap opens for Viger. Gray 55 will also get it though, but now, and he's going side by side, going down on the inside. Gray 55 takes the race, takes a position, but he goes too deep into the corner. And now Gray 55, however, is going to slot behind him. Almost got the position back after what was a bit of sloppy driving going out of the turn. But now 5th and 6th is our closest battle right now. But Damian Carroll, look at how close he is to 2nd position. So very close to Catastrophic, and now just looking to see if Catastrophic can make a mistake. Under pressure battles right now is really what's going to separate some of these drivers. If they can keep the pressure going onto other drivers, and if they can make a mistake, and there is a mistake there, and Catastrophic is now going side by side of Damian Carroll, and now Damian Carroll officially ahead of him. That was a mistake by that driver, but he's not going to have DRS down the straight, which is not going to help him at all. But nevertheless, he's keeping up with him, and look how close they're getting. Rear diffuser to front wing, and now going down on the inside. They're banging wheels going in turn 2 and 3. But Damian Carroll keeps 2nd position off of Catastrophic. But now Catastrophic is going to have DRS going down the straight. Damian will not. Now going side by side in the turn 4, and let's see, going down on the inside. No, going on the outside, sorry, Catastrophic, and he takes the lead of the race. Viger, and now Viger and Jump Off 101 are going side by side. There is huge amounts of action in the back of the pack and in the front of the pack, but so very close, the bottom 3 drivers, and even more close, the top 2 and 3 driver. Damian Carroll is behind Catastrophic, but for how much longer? DRS will be activated again, but Catastrophic seemingly to make a little bit too many mistakes, and now trying to go around the outside Damian, but it's not going to happen. But these cars are so very close to each other. The DRS will be activated down the main straight again. You have to imagine that Damian will be looking to make another move and get the lead of the race back. Essentially, as Scar Logan has run away with all this battling going on, he's 3.9 seconds ahead of Catastrophic. But now that might be Damian's gap, as down the main straight, DRS activated, going down on the inside, and he's going to get better braking. But no, Damian loses it. Catastrophic is going to get ahead of him, and now, but he keeps it together. Catastrophic had a really bad exit, now going around turn 3, and they're going to be side by side. Who's going to have DRS? It looks to be one of the drivers. Oh my goodness! Viger is out of the race again. He's crashed into the wall. Somebody either hit him or he lost it on his own, but Viger out of qualifying and out of the race as well. Is that going to bring out a safety car? I don't know if safety cars are enabled, but he's in the middle of the track. I'd have to assume that would have been a safety car, but no, nothing going from the game just yet. It seems that everything's going to stay together. Lots of action, ladies and gentlemen, but Viger 1990 is out of the race. Massive disappointment for him. Now Scar Logan LPC is in first position. He's 4.3 seconds out of Catastrophic. And now just behind Jump Off 101 is Gray 5577. 9 seconds behind Chill Mo. He's not having it whatsoever. DRS is activated down this main straight. There's going to be another move, and he's going to try to make it around the outside in the turn 1. That's a very risky move, and now they're going side by side in turn 2, then in turn 3, and Gray 55 is still ahead of Jump Off 101, but now they're going side by side again, and DRS is going to be activated. And is he going to be able to make a move on the inside? Let's look. Braking, and no. Gray 55 keeps that position, going too wide. Jump Off 101. Gap starting to build up again. Viger 1990 is your only DNF of the race. He has crashed out again, unable to keep it on the track, and he is out of the race. So unfortunate for him. Scar Logan LPC leads this race by a monumental 5 seconds, and if you don't think that's a lot, it's a lot in this game with some of these drivers who I believe one of the biggest things right now for them is trying to take away gaps from drivers, but with so much battling going on, you have to imagine Scar Logan tires are much better, and going too wide, Gray 5577, and now did he cut off jump off a little bit there? I don't think he did. But Jump Off is going to take the position again as Gray 55 couldn't keep it on the track. But now, Chill Mo is going really slow around these turns. Does he have damage? We'll just have to see. And I don't see currently anything on here. But now, look at all these drivers going so wide in the turns 1 and 2. Not being able to keep it on the track. Both of these drivers are going to have DRS. The person who will not, though, is Catastrophic. Gray 55 trying to make another move. Jump Off is 1.2 seconds behind Catastrophic, now 1.3. So if DRS gets activated, it's only going to be for Gray 55 as long as he can keep it close to Jump Off in that all-black car. And Gray 55 showing a lot of tenacity, a lot of daring moves, and that's going to help you a lot if you want to be winning championships. Really, speed is key, though. If you can't be at the top of the grid, then you're only going to be at the medium. It's not going to matter if you're battling really hard. Nevertheless, Gray 5577 is in 5th position right now, out of 6 drivers, though, so second to last, unfortunately for him. But a big haul of points nonetheless if he can keep it all together. Is now DRS is going to be activated down the straight, and Catastrophic has gone into the pits. But now, is he going to go around the outside? No, he's not. He's a little bit too far back. Now going through turns 2 and 3. Keeping it all slow together now. DRS is going to be activated down this straight again. And now, Slipstream looking really good right now for Gray 55. He's going to make a move on the inside. He's going to try, and no, he's not. He's going to get cut off. Jump Off moves. He moves, across. Gray 5577 almost closes the door on him, and he closes off a lot too late. And now front wing damage for Gray 5577. That looked to be a really late move by Jump Off, and the stewards are definitely gonna have to have a look at that, because that was extremely nasty indeed. And very unfortunate. Damian Carroll running a race of his own right now. He's 6 seconds out of first position. Jump Off is 8 seconds out. Gray 55, can he keep the pace going? Maybe he can't, because he goes on the grass now. And that's unfortunate for Gray 55. Both having a fantastic battle with each other. But Jump Off 101 seemingly. And look at that. And he's not going to pit. Who is going to pit is Gray 55. Looks like Jump Off is going to be in the pits. Gray 55 is going to continue. And he's going to put on the soft compound tire. And that's a little bit slow out of the gates. He might have pit release on his own. Nevertheless, very slow out of the pits. How far is he going to be behind Gray 55, though? That's the real question. Can Gray 55 make a free pit stop? Let's see if we can get that for you. The leader, Jump Off is 33 seconds out. Gray is 19 seconds out, so about 10 seconds separating them. Fastest laps of the race, Scar Logan currently has that with a 5.12.664. The intervals, though, all pretty much separated, so right now it's all about pit stops, who can pit the best, and Damien is in the pits. Gray 55 should probably go into the pits as well with his damaged front wing. He's on the soft compound tire. Let's see if he decides to do that, and yes, he is. He will be in the pits as well. Catastrophic is on the hard compound tire, so he should go quite long into this race. We're on lap 10 now, as he should be able to take second position away from Damien. There goes third position, and second position should be his pretty soon. Jump off, takes fourth position ahead of Gray 55, 7-7. And now just getting finally done with his pit stop. Not good for him indeed. Let's look at the position changes from qualifying. Catastrophic is one time ahead of his current position. 2 places up, jump off. Chomo is 2 places down, and Gray 55 is in the same position that he qualified in, it seems. Let's get the lap times all situated back again. And we hide away that spectator menu, and we get ready to go once again. Gray 55 has put on the hard compound tire, so definitely looking to go till the end of the race. Those tires will have to last about 25 laps or so in order to do that, but he can get it done as long as he keeps it all together and he keeps it on the track. But you have to imagine, with hard braking zones at the Brazil Sao Paulo circuit, that can be rather difficult to keep it on the track with a tire that has that basically has no grip. Damien is a full 26 seconds out with tires that seemingly don't have any color on the inside of them, but they do have it on the outside. I do apologize. And Damien Carroll is so far out of position right now to be challenging for the race win, which is unfortunate for him. A lot of battling going on in the beginning of the race, but now gaps starting to form. So let's go over a little bit. So far in this race, we've had Damien, and Viger has left the session. He's not interested in watching the rest of this race. An official DNF for Viger. Very unfortunate. Scar Logan, however, has been hit with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Not something he wanted to do. I don't believe that gets served. And that was... Whoa. That was a extremely quick pit stop. Damien Carroll, however, is going to be coming around the final turn. He's going to be on the main straight. This is going to be rather close. He should be ahead of... Scar Logan should finish ahead of him, though, coming out of the pits. The gap now is 8 seconds. What's it going to be? Finally, the final time. If it's within 5 seconds, that's what he's going to want, and it's going to be about 6 seconds. But both drivers are going to have the hard compound tire on, and you might say that Scar Logan has the advantage, but the tires that Scar Logan have are a little colder. So grip advantage will probably be on Damien right now. They're not too far apart in terms of life difference. The gap's now a little bit more realistic. Cho Mo in 5th position. He is far out of the rest of the grid, 16 seconds behind. Gray 55 is on the, what is that, the hard compound tire, or is that the mediums? And that is the hard compound tire. Everybody seems to be on the hard compound tire. No, on the softs again, Chomo. That is interesting. If Chomo has not made a pit stop yet, though, so that might be the case. And if he hasn't, you'll have to pit, and he's going to be definitively in last position. Jumpstart is also on the soft compound tire, though, and he will definitely have to make another pit stop. So going for a 2-stop strategy, I don't know if that was the smart decision for a lot of these drivers. And Catastrophic is in 3rd position. Now Damien, again, look at that. He's now made only 5.2 seconds, so he is closing the gap now. Like I said, with the older tires but more worn-in tires, the hotter tires, he should be getting more grip probably in sectors 2 and 3, where braking and turning is very apparent. If he can get it within 5 seconds, he would win the race, essentially, if it was to end now, because of that 5-second penalty. No other drivers have any penalties at the moment, so Scar Logan really wants to make sure that he keeps that position further ahead of 5 seconds, as long as and hope that Damien can make a mistake and lose that position. So unfortunate for Scar Logan at the moment, but he's not completely out of the race. But that gap is getting smaller, especially in sectors 2 and 3. Jump Off is in 4th position right now. He is just a second out of Catastrophic, so currently that's the closest battle we have for you right now. DRS is going to be activated for Jump Off, actually. He just got it within the detection zone. I don't believe a move is going to be made down onto the first corner, a little bit too far back, but no, who loses it? Catastrophic loses it, but now going around, and he goes off the track, and he bumps Wheels with Jump Off 101 going very quickly back on the track, probably trying to salvage that position a little bit, but it's not going to matter. Catastrophic is going to only have 4th position, but now braking really late, and look, who is that? Jump Off let by Catastrophic. That's interesting to say the least. I don't know if that was a mutual, like, hey, I'll let you by, or that was a complete loss of it by Jump Off. I wouldn't have let that position by because, quite frankly, that is Catastrophic's fault. Catastrophic went off the track and then quickly came back onto the track. So I can understand if maybe he felt that was a bit dirty and he wanted to make it a clean move. But nevertheless, you can't be doing that. You got to just keep the position. See what the stewards give you. I respect the respect among drivers, but you want to win races, and you're not going to be able to win races by being nice. And that is the truth. But Scar Logan LPC is in 1st position. He is 6 seconds out from Damien, so the gap is starting to build up more. As we're just about halfway through this race, give or take a little bit. A few laps. Gap starting to form again. Jump Off and Catastrophic have a pretty decent gap of about 2 seconds between each other. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is the result that usually happens when you don't have a lot of drivers on the grid. It ends up becoming a tire war more than anything. Nevertheless, though, these drivers looking to become new WSR main series drivers and win for that cash prize at the end of the race. Sorry, at the end of the season. We're on lap 15 of 36 at the Brazilian Grand Prix in the Sao Paulo circuit. And Scar Logan LPC is in the lead right now with 5.4 seconds ahead. 5.5, yep, fluctuating between then. I don't believe that's going to change too much unless Scar Logan makes a mistake, but if there's one thing that can be said about Scar Logan is that he is a consistent driver, at least in this race. No mistakes from him so far. He kept it on pole position with a good lap very early on in the race, in the qualifying session, and has kept it together pretty much the whole race except for a few moments in the beginning. And again, my name is Noah Clark if you're joining us. And we are in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Gaps forming between all the drivers, so not exactly an exciting race at the moment. We hope that some of these drivers can close up the gap so we can get going again with some more battling. It was an exciting first part of the race. Gaps starting to form. Scar Logan LPC, however, is in the lead definitively. Scar Logan, as long as he can keep it all together, would take the championship lead if he can keep it all together. If not, Catastrophic would be the next man to take the lead of the championship. He sits in 3rd position right now. Element 10 was not able to make the race, it seems, today, and despite being definitively the fastest driver on the grid, at least in last race, he is not going to win. He's not going to leave here at the moment as championship leader unless Catastrophic or Scar Logan are unable to finish the race. Damien Carroll is new. Jump Off is also new. Gray 55, I do believe, is also new. Chill Mo is not new, but I don't believe his position finishing was enough. to be able to take the championship lead, say either two of these drivers retired from the race. But it's pretty easy to keep it together, especially with all these gaps forming. You can make a few mistakes and still keep it all together. The big thing, however, is Chill Mo is going to be able to take away another position from Jump Off, who's on the soft compound tire. That's not going to go till the end of the race, my friend. But Chill Mo's also on the soft compound tire, so he's going to have to make another pit stop. So Gray 55.777 is in the best position right now to take 4th position as long as he can keep it all together. You would obviously jump both drivers in the pits right now, if they were to pit. But was it smart to put on the medium compound tire and go to the end of the race? We're just going to have to wait and see. I do believe it was. Almost all the drivers have done it. Scar Logan, your race leader, has done it. Keeping his ERS good in check. It's about almost 50% on his ERS. So keeping it all together, not using too much of it. He's not going for fastest laps, just going to stay alive. Damian Kroll using a little bit more of his ERS, and look at that, he is 3.4 seconds out of first place. So currently, Damian Kroll is your race winner, unless Scar Logan can build up that gap again. But at the moment, Damian Kroll going faster than Scar Logan LPC. Now it's only 3 seconds, that gap, so it is closing down a little bit. So this is not good. Not only does Scar Logan now have to build up more gap, if Scar Logan was to, say, lose his position, now he'd have to worry about Catastrophic getting into his position. Catastrophic is on the hard compound tire, though. But this is exactly what it takes to win championships here. Damian does not have a time penalty. Scar Logan does have a time penalty. It's a 5-second penalty, so quite a substantial one. And right now, Damian Kroll, who is running a lot faster than Scar Logan right now, is in the position to win the race right now. But with that gap closing, and it's closing fast, ladies and gentlemen, Damian might not want to settle for a penalty win. He might just want to take the lead of the race right now and then, as it's just going to be about 2 seconds. And look at that gap just fall and fall and fall and fall. Scar Logan is having none of it right now on his hard compound tire. Going down the main straight, going to gain a little bit of time there, as really, I think Scar Logan's biggest thing right now is he does have a little bit of an ERS advantage, but not by much, actually. Damian and Scar Logan, ERS-wise, are about the same right now. So that's definitely not the crux of the situation right now. So this is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Scar Logan LPC is in first position. Damian Kroll in second. Catastrophic in third. But the big story right now, Damian Kroll is within that 5-second gap to win this race, should the position stay the same and should the gap be under 5 seconds for Damian Kroll. And he would love to win this race. I'm sure he'd like to win it, though, by actually winning it, not by the penalty. But he'll take anything he can, just as any driver would take anything they can. Gray 55.77 is 2.7 seconds out from Chill Mo, who's 14 seconds behind Jump Off. But again, let's see here. Chill Mo is on the soft and Jump Off is on the soft compound tire. So Gray keeping it all together. These drivers are going to have to make another pit stop. So Gray 55.77 is in the best position right now to finish this race ahead of those drivers and get a good haul of points. So I think a bit of a gap. And oh my goodness, Gray 55 almost loses it. And look at what happened there. He almost crashed, binned it into the wall. It looked similar to what happened with the Jaguars in the early 2000s. Crashing deep into the wall, but nevertheless, he keeps it together. Gray 55, though, might have ruined his tires a little bit. Jump Off is into the pits. Let's see what tire he put on. Probably would put on the medium. Yes, he does. As Catastrophic is out of the race. Can we see what happened there? Catastrophic is out of the race. Chill Mo is going to be in third position. This changes the complexion of the race by quite a lot. Let's see if we can see where that car is. The carcass, and there it is. It's on the side of the track. He has crashed and he's out of the race. Catastrophic has to be absolutely livid in this car. Virtual safety car deployed. Virtual safety car deployed, so the actual safety car has not been deployed. All the drivers will keep their relative gaps, but this is the big thing right now. Is Chill Mo could make a pit stop right now and come off better now that the virtual safety car has been deployed. It's not a real safety car, but all these drivers have to keep their relative gaps. Let's see how much longer it's going to last. And it looks like, no, it's done. So virtual safety car is gone. But will Chill Mo now make his pit stop? It's going to be about 14 seconds, that gap. So it's going to be quite okay to make the pit stop. And no, he's going to continue on with this race. He thinks he can go a little bit faster and build up more gap. I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. But jump off 101, due to the safety car, has come off better. He's kept the position ahead of Gray 55.77. Also, probably didn't help the fact that Gray had that excursion off the track. That basically ruined any opportunity of gaining any positions. But now, look at the gap between Damien and Scar Logan. It's only 1.2 seconds. So, getting ever so closer to taking first position away from Scar Logan. Down the main straight, it seems Scar Logan has the advantage. But Damien, around the corners, much better through the corners. And now, is it going to be under a second? No, it's not going to be 1.1 seconds. But getting so very close and running a little bit too wide, it looked like Scar Logan is all over the track right now. He's having absolutely none of it as redlining it in gear 3, and he's running the gears really long right now on that car. Trying to maximize straight line speed, it seems, as look at that. Getting so very close. Braking, it seems, however. Damien, and look at that, it's under a second. So sector 2 and 3 are not really the best right now for Scar Logan LPC. As gets it over a second again, but now it looked like a little bit off track excursion, and look at that. That was a nice camera shot right there. But now Damien is under a second now, and if he keeps it together, he can get DRS. He's definitely going to get DRS unless he makes a terrible move. And look at that. DRS is going to get deployed. Scar Logan's not going to have DRS. This is going to be for the lead of the race, ladies and gentlemen. Now down the main straight, DRS activated. Overtake mode is probably going to be activated now going into the first corner. And now it's only going to be about half a second of a gap. So right now, Scar Logan, probably best to do is to just let Damien by, not to battle for this position. With the penalty pending, Damien does not have a penalty. Battling for this position might not be the smartest move, because if you lose it all, then you're really not going to be happy with yourself. Chill Mo would gain second position. This is a great battle for first position, ladies and gentlemen, but right now, Damien Carroll is your race leader due to the 5-second penalty that's in store right now for Scar Logan LPC. As long as Damien can keep that gap close together, it's now 5.5 seconds out. And going down the main straight with DRS activated, you have to presume Scar Logan getting terrible exit out of these final few turns on this track. Damien Carroll should take the position, and look at that, a terrible exit out of the penultimate corner, now going around the final turn, and look how close they are. That is amazing moves. Now going down the main straight, DRS is going to be activated, and Damien Carroll is going to take the lead of the race. Scar Logan was so uncomfortable in the car, and now Damien Carroll takes the lead of the race. But having DRS, Scar Logan LPC is going to have it going down the straight. ERS is can probably an overtake as well. And look at that, DRS flap open. Is he going to be able to make a move on the inside? And no, I think he's a little bit too far back. Damien Carroll takes the lead of the race. Scar Logan is going to be livid that he let that position by. I don't think Damien wants to win by a penalty, though. He wants to take the lead of the race and win definitively, because that shows how good of a driver you can be. Damien Carroll, who was not able to make it in the last race, would be so very happy to gain first position and win the race and take a considerable charge into the championship lead. He's not going to lead in the championship, but he would at least tie. And this is very interesting indeed. Scar Logan LPC is in first position. Damien Carroll in second. Chomo is 44.8 seconds out. And Damien Carroll has lost the position. Something must have happened with the car, as look at how much gap is being lost right now. Is there damage on the car? No, there's not, but there's a substantial decrease in performance from Damien Carroll. DRS is activated for Scar Logan. He got the position back. That is very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Damien Carroll, though, still within that 5-second gap. So at the moment, with just about 10 laps to go, Damien Carroll would still lead the race, win the race. Scar Logan LPC is in first position. Damien Carroll in second, 1.2 seconds off. And look at that. Damien Carroll is going to be into the pits. That is a blunder. I do not know why Damien Carroll has entered the pits. I have no understanding. That is just madness. Absolute madness. Damien Carroll is going to enter the pits now. He's going to put on the soft compound tire. But that is madness. There's only about 10 seconds to go. And it's going to be about 20 seconds or so. Scar Logan, however, is going to be in first position now. It's about 19 seconds, the gap coming out of the pits. I have no understanding why he did that. Damien Carroll would be best to make a pit stop right now. Make a pit stop right now. Get onto the soft compound tire. You would just get right behind Damien, but with newer soft compound tires, would help you win this race possibly. Let's see. It all really depends if Damien Carroll is going to make some mistakes here. That's what really matters right now. That is interesting. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. Obviously, with faster tires, especially compared to worn hards, Damien's going to make up a lot of time. But is he going to make enough time within the remaining laps of this race in order to win this race? I don't know if that's possible. 17 seconds out with so few laps remaining. He might have just lost the race on his own. That might have just been a strategy blunder. He's definitely going to be fastest on track. But again, I don't have the understanding there. He had the pace, unless his tires were gone, because there was a substantial decrease in pace from Damien, unless his tires were really and truly gone and he was not able to keep it on the track. But nevertheless, Damien was within 5 seconds, which is all he needed to do. All he needed was 5 seconds and he would win the race. There's no penalties for Damien right now. Nevertheless, though, Scar Logan might be licking his chops right now because the race might have been thrown away. I don't know if Damien can gain that enough time to win this race. He's 15 seconds out, so he has been gaining by about a second or so. But is that fast enough? No, it's not. It's not fast enough. Scar Logan might make another pit stop. It really depends how much he feels these tires can last. But he's now on his 29th lap of this 36. The gap's about 15 seconds, and it's not closing fast enough. Damien goes fastest. It's a 1 minute 10.758, so he's the fastest man on track. But is he fast enough to close the gap enough to win this race? I don't know if he has, and if he doesn't, then unless Damien Carroll's tires were really that messed up, really couldn't get to the end of the race, I believe Damien Carroll might have just given the victory to Scar Logan. Scar Logan has a 5-second time penalty pending at the end of the race. Damien might have just cost himself the race. He just has to gain about 10 seconds or so, and he would get back into the positions. We'll just have to wait and see. Scar Logan LPC is in first. Damien Carroll in second. Chomo in third. Jump Off 101 in fourth. Gray 55.777 in fifth position. Catastrophic and Viger are your two DNFs of the race. Catastrophic must not be happy, as he was running a pretty good race in third position, but lost it and crashed. he is not going to be able to take the lead of the championship should Scar Logan or Chill Mo. Chill Mo is in third position, 33 seconds out, but he is on the soft compound tires. So he started on the mediums. I don't know if you can finish on the softs. I don't know about that. We'll have to wait and see. If he does and he gets third, that's a very good position to finish for him. If he doesn't, though, I think he might be kicking himself a little bit there. He would definitely not be happy with that decision. But again, I don't know. But look at the ERS. That's not good ERS management right there. As he's hovering around 10 seconds or so. I would just run it in none for about a lap and just go for it. There's about 4 seconds of a gap ahead of Jump Off. And Jump Off, he's got decent ERS, but I think you could run it in none for a lap and gain back a lot of DRS and get ready to go again through the race. But yeah, not really keeping it together with ERS. That's not going to help you in the long run in the bigger races for this championship. On lap 31 of 36, the gap is just 10 seconds now. Again, sorry, it's about 11 seconds now. Damien just has to get it within 5 seconds. If he can do that, he wins the race. But he did take that pit stop, and that was a risky move because you have to. Basically the gamble is Scar Logan tires are so broken and so blistered that he could win the race that way. But that is a gamble because you don't know if that's the case. Scar Logan might be able to find some magical pace and keep it together. Really what matters is this little middle sector here. Gray 55 is a back marker that Damien is going to have to pass. The gap is now under 10 seconds. So if he can get within 5 seconds, he's won the race. If he doesn't, I think that this truly was a bit of a blunder in strategy for Damien, who could have won the race had he just stayed where he was. But now the gap is about 8.9 seconds. Acceleration should also be better for Damien. And if he can chuck it in some overtake mode, get the acceleration up to the maximum that it can be, he's going to have some slipstream going into turn 2 and now going down the main straight, the next DRS zone. And should DRS is activated for him? No, it's not. But as getting out of the way, Gray 55 doesn't hold him up at all, and he probably would get a little bit of slipstream. The gap is now 8.4 seconds. So this is really all we're watching right now. Can Damien get within 5 seconds and win the race? Or is he just going to come up short? There's about 4 laps to go, 5 laps to go in this race. And we are so very close to the end. It's only 7.7 seconds now. All he has to do is get it within 5. If he can get within 5, he's going to win the race. And that's really the biggest key thing there, is that if he pits, the gap was really only about 15 seconds for him to make up. And now it's at 6.7. So the times right now for Scar Logan are not fantastic. Times for Damien, though, are fantastic. And now Damien is getting ready. The gap is getting smaller and smaller. And if he gets within 5, he's going to win the race. That's all that matters. This is all that matters for him. And he knows that he can do that. But can Scar Logan come up with some miracle pace? He's in first position right now, but for how much longer? 5 seconds is going to be due to the end of the race. Damien Carroll could win this race because of a penalty. The hard compound tire is not helping him around these turns. And look at that. Now the gap is under 6 seconds. It is getting dangerous for Scar Logan. Now it's only 5.6, 5.7 seconds. And seeing as how the pace goes down so far in the second and third sector, I believe Damien is going to take the win for this race. 5.4 seconds, 5.3 seconds. It's getting so close. Really, miracle pace would mean nothing. You just can't keep these tires long enough into the race. Damien would have to make a catastrophic mistake. Gray is off the track. Damien, though, is down the main straight again. Yellow flag in sector 3. 5.4 about seconds out of first position. And we are getting so close to the end of this race. And now look at that. It's just over 5 seconds. There's another yellow in Sector 3. Was that gray 55? And yes, it is. He's going so slow off the track. Damien, now that gap is just 5 seconds. Just above 5. Is it going to go under 5? Let's watch as it goes under 5. You've got to imagine it's going to, unless Damien just can't do it. But going so much faster, and there it is. It's under 5. It's under the 5 threshold. And now it's 4.6. So unless Damien makes a mistake here, he's going to be your race winner. There's just about 2 laps to go. Or 3 laps to go, sorry. 34 of 36. But Damien is your race winner right now, as long as he can keep it together. The gap is only 4.4 seconds. He's not going to pass him off the track, but he is going to stay within that 5-second gap. And unless Damien makes a big mistake and runs off the track, gets a time penalty or something, then he should be able to win. But even then, you'd be about 3-second time penalty, so you just have to get it within 3 seconds then. This is really awesome stuff. Damien was able to pull it together. Not only in that fastest lap of the race, easy. He should win the race, barring he doesn't make any huge mistakes. Now it's only going to be about 4 seconds, that gap. We're on lap 35 of 36. Scar Logan must not be happy. It feels hopeless to win, to go across the line, finishing first, but not be the race winner because of a penalty. It feels like Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton in Canada 2019 this year all over again. Cho Mo is in 4th position. What happened there? And he goes off the track. Jump off is going to be in 3rd. So unfortunate for Cho Mo, he's not going to be on the podium today. Jump off 101 will be on the podium though. Barring, of course, again, he doesn't make any mistakes. But now, Scar Logan is going around the final turn for the final time on what will be his final lap. It was a good run race for Scar Logan, but a speeding in the pit lane penalty is the story of this race. And I think that cements what is a consistency issue amongst the drivers right now. Penalties like that are not helpful at all. And in the main series, you've got a lot of drivers making mistakes. And Cho Mo is retired from the race! Oh my goodness! What has happened? I have no idea what that was. Damn it! Damien has crashed! Damien is out of the race! Oh my goodness, no! Damien has crashed! Unbelievable scenes at the end! Cho Mo crashes, Damien crashes. He must have hit Cho Mo. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! My voice is cracking, and I don't care. Unbelievable! Damien has lost it. It's over. Scar Logan LPC, by miracle, is going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix in what was an unbelievable turn of events. Jump off in 3rd, or sorry, he's going to be in 2nd position ahead of Damien. Gray 55 will be in 3rd ahead of Cho Mo and ahead of Damien, who's out of the race due to Cho Mo crashing. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Damien has lost it, crashing into Cho Mo. I have to assume that's what that was. Damien had enough. He had pitted enough with his tires. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes at the end of this race. I have never seen a worse turn of events for a driver in all of my Formula 1 and WSR life. All of my league life. That's astounding. Scar Logan, though, by the skin of his teeth, has won the Brazilian Grand Prix. A 5-second unserved time penalty was given to him at the end of the race. And there he is. He's the winner of this race. That's unbelievable. I can't believe that has happened. I have never in my life seen something which feels so bad. It feels dirty. It feels dirty. Cho Mo has crashed at the end. And I have to assume Damien crashes into Chomo and is out of the race. Unless he lost it on his own right, which I apologize if that was the incident that happened, but I do have to imagine that might have been Chomo at some point causing that incident. Scar Logan, though, still ran a great race and kept it all together. He's going to be the championship leader ahead of Element 10. My name is WSRX. I can't join the lobby at the moment, so that is unfortunate. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. That was the WSR Feeder Series. Crazy ending, crazy beginning, a little bit boring in the middle, but nevertheless, Scar Logan LPC is your race winner, and he is your championship leader. My name is WSRX or Noah Clark, and thank you very much for joining, and have a great night.